how you can start reconnecting with yourself. If you want to hear your own voice again, try these 2 practices. How I lost my connection with myself. Let me share my story. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Valentine's Day is around the corner, but before we talk about love for others, let's talk about something even more important: self-love. What does loving yourself even mean? Because for a long time, I didn't know either. Let me share my story. I've heard it so many times. The most important relationship in your life is the relationship with yourself. I just heard it, but I didn't realize what it meant exactly. I was living without listening to my soul. I really didn't know what I wanted, what made me happy, or what felt right for me. Instead, my mind was filled with other people's opinions, advice, and expectations from parents, friends, mentors, and successful people. I thought that if I followed their path and listened to them, I would find success, peace, and love. How I lost my connection with myself. It all started when I decided I needed to take better care of my body. I became obsessed with strict routines. I hired a specialist who gave me a structured plan, telling me what to eat, when to eat, even if I wasn't hungry, I should eat. I followed everything strictly, believing that this was the right way. But something inside me began to shift. I was disconnected from my body and its desires. At one point, I avoided everything labeled as unhealthy because I believed that was the only way to be right. That was the only way to love myself. But instead of feeling good, I felt exhausted, drained, empty. I remember sitting there one day, looking at the perfect meal in front of me and realizing I wasn't even happy anymore. What's the point of following the perfect routine if it makes you feel miserable? If being healthy comes at the cost of losing your connection to yourself, is it really health? And social media made it worse. I started comparing myself with others. I saw perfect bodies, perfect lives, perfect results. And without realizing it, I started asking myself, why don't I look like that? Why isn't it that easy for me? What else do I need to do? That spiral stole my joy. And I didn't even notice it until I hit a breaking point. One day, I understood that I had to take control of that because I wanted to feel happy. And how do you do that? By knowing yourself. By knowing what you want, not what somebody else thinks you should want. How I started reconnecting with myself. I started with something very small. Every time I open social media, I set a timer for 5 minutes. Why? Because that stopped me from spending too much time there and feeling miserable. And every time I caught myself in that spiral of comparison, I stopped and asked, this is someone else's life, not mine. I don't know what they're going through, right? But I don't know what's happening in my life and how can I take care of myself today? This is the most important, right? That was the first step toward change, awareness, and choosing to do something for myself. I realized along this journey the 5 things that pull us away from ourselves: comparison, non-acceptance, expectations, attachment, taking everything too seriously. how you can start reconnecting with yourself. If you want to hear your own voice again, try these 2 practices. Set a 5-minute timer. Sit in silence and ask yourself, who am I? Write down whatever comes to mind without judgment. At first, the answers may feel simple or unclear, but if you do this every day, you start uncovering deeper truths about yourself. The second one is the awareness list. Once a month, take a piece of paper and draw a line down the middle. On the left side, write 10 things that don't feel right. On the right side, write 10 things that make you happy. Don't look at your previous list when writing a new one. Over time, compare them. You'll see how you evolve, how your problems shift, how happiness takes on different forms. But the key is consistency. If you want a specific answer to your questions, you need to work every day to get it. Self-love isn't just a concept, it's a daily choice. So my friend, right before Valentine's Day, I want to remind you one more time. The most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. Leave a comment and tell me which of these 2 practices you'd like to try. And in the description, you'll find a free resource to help you achieve your goals this year. If this video was helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share it with a friend who might need to hear this. And remember, loving yourself isn't selfish. It's the foundation for everything else.